maybe the fact was that the kicker just blew a 44-yard field goal. Now, by the way, I feel horrible for this kid, Tyler Loop, who made every single field goal this season 44 yards or less. But the extra point that was missed just before that by Chris Boswell was the only extra point that he missed all season long. So did they bless that same holy water when Boswell missed the extra point? Come on, guys. Let's get it.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
They have one more win than Chicago, and they literally beat Chicago in Week 17, and yet the Niners are on the road and the Bears are at home. Why? Because of an outdated rule that says, well, winning your division is the holy grail. Rewarding an 8-win division winner with a home playoff game is like giving the corner office to the guy who won the office fantasy pool instead of the guy who actually closed the accounts all year.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
It's going to open up Pandora's box, but I will say this. I do believe players that sign now, like Najee, should not be eligible now, but should have to sit out and come back in next year. It's just a slippery slope. And I agree with people like Tom Izzo. I don't like it at all.
College basketball today. Only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Welcome to another edition of the Craig Carton Show. My main man, Tyrone A. Johnson, right over there, doing his thing. Tough day for us today, as you may know, or have figured out already. We've done the research. We've done the testing. We've brought in random people off the streets that we've done like independent polling. And the reality is that you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife.
You can't.
This is true. Yeah. We confirmed that today.
Yeah, it's been confirmed.
Big study Tyrone and I have been doing.
Yeah.
And we have now confirmed that is an absolute fact. You also can't turn Aaron Rodgers into a playoff winning quarterback.
Nope.
And you can't turn Mike Tomlin into a playoff winning coach these days either. Houston did what we both said they were going to do. Dominant defensive performance. They now get to go to New England and do it again against Drake May. That'll be an interesting game this weekend. But can we finally say the obvious? Can we please? Can I be first in line to say it? I know he hasn't. I better bring that arm a little higher. I know. Be careful these days.
That's right.
These days, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful where the arm goes. Where I make a fist.
Yeah, there you go.
I think if you make a fist, no matter where you are, you're good.
You're good.
I feel pretty good about that. I want to be first. Probably not because we don't do a morning show here.
Yeah.
We're on at 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. But allow me to be first of the midday people, yeah? Mm-hmm. Can we finally say that it's enough of Aaron Rodgers? We're done?
Yes.
Are we done?
We've had enough. We have had enough.
We're good. 6 points. We're good.
We're good.
50-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Fumble.
We're good. Look, Aaron Rodgers is one of the great quarterbacks of all time.
Yep.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Packers one day going to retire the jersey. All great. And at that point, we're only going to remember the good stuff.
Yeah.
The only bad stuff we'll remember when his career's all said and done, he's in the Hall of Fame, is only one Super Bowl. Yeah. And that'll kind of be, the legacy aspect of where do you rank Aaron Rodgers amongst the all-time greats? Well, he's obviously not Patrick Mahomes. He's got 3. Mm-hmm. He's not Montana. He's got 4. He's not Aikman. He's got 3. He's obviously not Bradshaw. He's got 4, I believe, right? He's not Tom Brady. He's got 37.
Yeah.
And sad enough to say, while he's twice the quarterback Eli Manning ever was, Eli's got 2.
Yeah.
Eli's got 2.
Yeah.
So you cannot regard Aaron Rodgers as the greatest quarterback of all time. I know a lot of guys that I happen to be friendly with that played like to say, and it's a very interesting distinction, best thrower of the ball I've ever seen.
I think he is.
Okay.
I think he is.
Okay, I can give you that. Not the best quarterback of all time.
No, he's on the tier, unfortunately for him, and it's Hall of Fame tier with Favre, Steve Young, guys like that, where no doubt great. But if we're picking, if we have our all-time fantasy draft, he's getting picked not in the first round at all.
See, I disagree with that. I think he's still a first-round pick if we did an all-time, a draft.
If there's 12,
he's just not.
If we're doing a 12-team
how are we
draft,
judging quarterbacks? So we're going to say for the great of the greats, for quarterbacks only, because they're in total control of an offense.
Yeah.
Are we going to say Super Bowls do matter?
It matters.
Because here's why I say that to you.
It's part of it.
You're a little too young to have seen him really in his prime, but I would tell you that I've never seen a quarterback better than Dan Marino.
Okay.
And I know Dan Marino only went to one Super Bowl and never won a damn thing.
Yeah.
But from a standpoint of, if you put that guy on the Montana Niners, he's got 4, maybe 5 or 6. And that's why I don't think Super Bowls have to be the legacy.
I see, but the thing is, Dan Marino also, we know from Jimmy Johnson's time, was selfish. Dan was about Dan.
Oh,
and I don't
quarterback isn't, right?
No, I'll tell you, Joe Montana had no issues whatsoever.
Joe Montana had Roger Craig. Dan Marino never had a running back.
No. He didn't want a running back. When Jimmy Johnson got there, Jimmy Johnson said, hey, how about we run the ball some? And Dan said, nope, we're going to do what I do. So what I mean by this is if we were doing a 12-team all-time football fantasy draft,
Dan Marino's on mine.
You're saying he gets in that
He's
top
on
12?
mine.
I don't believe he gets
it's one of these silly arguments.
I tell you what, if Marino is, then Rodgers isn't, because they're not both going in the top 12. Because LT's got to be in there. Somebody's going to go regular.
Just quarterbacks.
No, if you're doing an all-time, I'm talking about Tom Brady goes in that top 12. No doubt about it.
Tom Brady's a top 12 football player.
Period.
Yes.
Absolutely. Aaron Rodgers isn't. Brett Favre isn't. Steve Young isn't. They don't get picked in that top 12. That, to me, is how you separate it, is these guys were beyond just quarterbacks. They were elite football players, and Rodgers had moments. I mean, he has like 3-4 MVPs. But when you look at the whole body of work, to me, he goes in the second or third round all the time.
He's got 4 MVPs, which nobody's got more.
Super impressive.
People say that he threw the ball better than anybody else.
He did.
His number's going to be retired by the Packers.
Will.
But I got to be honest with you. I'm just tired of him.
Well, there's that too.
That's Pittsburgh's problem now. He was my problem for 2 years. First year he gets the injury, so that's a wash, that's a write-off. And then last year was just a clown show out of him. I'm just happy, and I'm hoping that he retires, because I'm done. I've reached my saturation point with Aaron Rodgers. Great quarterback. Maybe he goes at the TV one day. I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm done.
Yeah, and also, unfortunately, and he was pretty quiet for a while there in Green Bay, and in hindsight, that was a good thing. The more we heard from Aaron Rodgers, I'm talking about politics,
the less I liked him.
The less everybody liked him. And not just you, everybody.
He's douchey.
Yeah, that's how it comes off. He's a liar. We found that out. He's a liar.
With the COVID stuff, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that he didn't, because Lamar Jackson was honest. Lamar Jackson showed up to camp and goes, no shots for me. Everybody's like, okay. He goes, I'm immunized. Yeah. Oh, well, what? He just lied. He just comes off. I'm going to go into a cave by myself. Then there's footage of him going in a cave by himself. How's there footage if you're by yourself?
Well, because when you have a documentary deal, you have to do anything. I don't know. I'm glad Aaron Rodgers didn't score a touchdown yesterday. Only got 6 points. I'm glad he threw a 50-yard interception for a touchdown. That made me happy. Him being introverted after the game and introspective, that made me happy. The guy I actually feel bad for, and I know I shouldn't, because he's been there for 37 years, is Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
See, to me, Mike Tomlin's still a hell of a coach.
I agree.
And I don't think the Steelers are getting rid of Mike Tomlin.
I agree.
I think Mike Tomlin went to the Rooneys and said, it's been 20 years. I think it's fair for us both to go our separate ways, kind of like Harbaugh and the Ravens did. I can get that. I can respect that. But, man, Mike Tomlin, again, not only had a winning season, won his division, and people are talking about him like Mike Tomlin's overrated. Dude, Mike Tomlin's in the playoffs every year.
Every year.
Over 500 every year.
Literally.
Of his career. So I think Aaron Rodgers is done playing NFL football because he's a one-dimensional guy now.
Yeah.
And yes, I know we only had one wide receiver. DK Metcalf's the only guy to throw the football to. But, man, Mike Tomlin, I think, is alive and well. I love Mike Tomlin. My wife thinks he's hot. I don't think he's hot, but I love Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, for me, is a Hall of Fame head coach, and once again proved that by taking a team with one wide receiver, an average running game through the regular season, and a 42-year-old quarterback to the playoffs. I don't want to get rid of that guy. I want more of that guy, not less of that guy.
So the question is, though, what do you do? Because they make the playoffs every year, they haven't had a young quarterback since Roethlisberger
Ben
was young.
Roethlisberger's the last good quarterback they had.
So
and he played for 18 years.
So if you're Tomlin and you want to stay, how do you get your quarterback? Because we know you can't win in this league without one.
Because if Aaron Rodgers does leave, now you're the New York Jets. You're a team with no quarterback.
Right.
So you're not going to win a Super Bowl next year. I agree. You don't have enough stuff to trade to get, let's say, a top 5 pick, right? Because you're picking in the low 20s because you're in the playoffs. They're a 500 or better team every single year. I don't know. I think the Steelers are in that weird kind of purgatory where they're too good because they have a great coach to get a top 5 pick and a quarterback, and they're not good enough to win a playoff game. It's a weird spot to be in.
Yeah.
It's not fun to be there.
Yeah, now, I think the argument would be
it's more fun than being a Jet fan, of course.
Whether it's Mahomes that year where people did not know Mahomes were Mahomes at the time, or even you go Jackson Dart, where he went maybe above where some people thought.
That's right.
I think the only path left is they're going to have to take their pick that's always in the 20s and draft a quarterback that's off the radar and get lucky.
We know it's happened. Yeah, you can get a pick in the late first round, second round, even third round. That becomes a really good quarterback. Then you just have to have faith and trust that they're going to make the right pick.
But you might have to play him and maybe miss the playoffs a year to develop him.
By the way, even though he's been over 500 every year, they've not been in the playoffs every year along the way. Obviously, a lot more playoff appearances than not. But man, to me, Mike Tomlin's a rock star. You do not get rid of Mike Tomlin. I was happy the Ravens got rid of Harbaugh because Harbaugh's got an MVP quarterback and did nothing with him. Tomlin does not have an MVP quarterback, and the guy goes to the playoffs. That is a big difference to me. Coming up, Houston Texans are for real, baby. I told you they were for real, but let's be honest. Nobody ever heard of Woody Marks.
Who are we looking at? We're looking at SGA because of his availability and consistency. It's Jalen Brown to do his usage and his leadership. It's Jalen Brown for how they're playing. It's Cade Cunningham because Detroit's in the top of the East. The MVP talk is going to be wild, and it'll be interesting to watch. MVPs just don't dominate. They survive the season.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
The Steelers get their touchdown, and they miss the extra point. It was Lamar Jackson who made the plays to get the Ravens into what should have been easy field goal territory. So explain to me how in the world we can look at last night's game as, well, there you go, can't trust Lamar Jackson.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Maybe the fact was that the kicker just blew a 44-yard field goal. Now, by the way, I feel horrible for this kid, Tyler Loop, who made every single field goal this season 44 yards or less. But the extra point that was missed just before that by Chris Boswell was the only extra point that he missed all season long. So did they bless that same holy water when Boswell missed the extra point? Come on, guys. Let's get it.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Hi, welcome back to the Carton Show. The Houston Texans are for real. Back in December, I told you they were the best team in football. A week ago, I told you that they were my pick to win the Super Bowl. And now you're seeing it because the big question you had, Tyrone, and it was a fair question at the time, was can they run the football? C.J. Stroud last night was terrible, by the way. That was an embarrassingly bad performance. But that defense is so damn good with the turnovers, pressure on the quarterback. And what is this? the Houston Texans can run the football,
All of a
and it's
sudden.
not Nick Chubb.
All of a sudden.
It's not Joe Mixon. It's a guy nobody ever heard of named Woody Marks, running for over 100 yards last night and a touchdown. They're a problem now. And C.J. Stroud had one of the worst games I've seen him have, missing wide open guys all over the field. That could have been a 50-burger last night against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't think C.J. Stroud has a game that bad again. Meaning the Houston Texans are now a problem for everybody. They are my favorite to go to the Super Bowl. New England will be an interesting test. Obviously, their defense stepped up big time in their first-round game.
Yeah.
But the Houston Texans defense is a different animal. And I'm telling you, I know I'm going to get killed for this. They have the stink, in a good way, of the Ravens defense. They've got that stank of the Bears defense in 85. This is a damn good defensive team. Look out.
Yeah, when they got Stroud, I think Will Anderson on the defensive side, they get those guys.
Same draft, by the way.
Same draft like that. And
same round.
Yeah, same round. Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit.
Which is a good thing for the Jets. Yeah, it's a good thing for the Jets.
Yeah.
It shows you that in one draft, you can get your quarterback. And by the way, C.J. Stroud, not great this year. C.J. Stroud last night, embarrassingly bad. But you got a quarterback who's typically much better.
Right.
You've been in the playoffs every year since you got him. Mm-hmm. And you got a game changer on defense in Anderson.
Yeah.
That's a great first round. I only say that because for teams like the Jets with multiple first round picks, that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, just like that. And to the point where also the Ravens built their team. Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis, same first round, same draft. Like, we know this can happen if your front office is buttoned up. But the Anderson part probably hasn't been talked about enough. He's a great player on defense.
Yeah.
He's the Ray Lewis. He's that driver, that Ravens defense. He's the main guy. And from that now, it seems like they're a weapon. And if they're probably not going to score 14 points every game, but now they're a threat to score every game, and that changes everything.
Look, they intercept the ball. They caused fumbles. They had 2 defensive scores yesterday in what was a 1-score game going into the fourth quarter. Like, if you fell asleep like Ethan, our producer, did, we'll talk to him in the HR meeting later today, and didn't watch the end of the game yesterday, I say to myself, you would have woken up this morning and be like, oh, yeah, Texans, obviously, right? You'd have no idea that the Texans' offense stunk. I mean, it stunk. Specifically because C.J. Stroud stunk yesterday.
Yeah, he fumbled 5 times.
I mean, what are we doing?
5 times.
Bad interceptions, fumbles, the whole thing. He was terrible.
And that's why people look at the box score. They'll look at it, 66% of his passes, 250 yards.
Oh, C.J. Stroud's the man.
Yeah, his numbers weren't that bad.
When I walked in today.
And that's why you got to watch the games.
Right.
And that's why you got to watch the games.
It's funny you say that. Yeah. I keep telling the producers all the time, you got to watch the games. You can't produce a sports podcast like this and not watch the games. And I was like, what did you do last night? And I don't even want to say it because it's embarrassing.
He didn't tell me what he did.
Oh, he told me what he did. Well, I found out what he did, and then he admitted it. It's one of those types of deals. He has a beautiful wife. He outkicked his coverage on that. So when his wife says jump, he's got to say how high, honey. Like, he's got no choice because the day she decides she's done with him, he's screwed. I mean, it's a wrap, right? He's not talking now, is he?
All of a sudden.
So I said, how come you didn't watch the fourth quarter last night? Again, it was not a good game. It wasn't an entertaining game to watch. The Steelers were stuck on 6 points, seemingly for the entire game, right? Yeah. He goes, my wife wanted to revisit the ladies on Wisteria Lane.
Oh.
And I'm like...
Was that Desperate Housewives?
Yeah, Desperate Housewives, yeah. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, I know it's on Netflix or something, but you can't tell your wife, just give me one more quarter. And he's like, not in my house, I can't. Yeah, so that's why he's my show sheet today, not as complete as it usually is, because he was watching whatever those gals' names are on Wisteria Lane.
Eva Longoria, that's how she got. That's what made her famous.
Yeah, she's a little person, by the way.
Yeah, she's not tall.
Yeah, not tall at all.
No.
Some people say small, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess that's one of those deals like, they talk about in boxing, pound for pound, this guy's the best boxer, which means it doesn't have to be a heavyweight. Yeah. It could be a lightweight, a middleweight, whatever it might be. I wonder if you feel the same way when you talk about, like, pretty girls.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you're a hot dwarf, would you say that a hot dwarf against, I don't know, like I mean, pick someone. I don't know. Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
That a hot dwarf, pound for pound,
Yeah,
is hotter than a very attractive, like 5'7" girl. You follow me on that?
Pound for pound, inch for inch.
Like pound for pound.
Yeah.
Like, because a lightweight can't beat a heavyweight in a boxing match, right?
But what they're saying is
So,
if
like,
they were the
pound for
same
pound-
weight, they're saying if they were the same, like if Floyd Mayweather and Muhammad Ali were the same
Right.
size, there are some people that would say that Mayweather could win. There's people who would say.
Not me, but go ahead.
Yeah, I also agree,
I'm
but
with
I'm
you.
saying some people
Yes.
would. I think there's a certain degree.
It's a good question.
I think that the lowest you can go is 4'11".
That's not dwarf, though.
Right, you can't go full dwarf.
You either you go full on dwarf.
If you go full dwarf,
Yeah.
I have to think that a Kendall Jenner
Yeah.
would win.
See, she's a very attractive girl. I'm saying, like, if you're the hottest dwarf ever,
Yeah, they're online.
like
now.
gorgeous,
Yeah.
but you're still a dwarf, pound for pound.
I don't think-
Aren't you better looking than like an attractive 6-footer?
Well, I think it depends on the
Right.
body types. Those girls you described
Yeah.
all have the big booties.
Pound for pound is all I'm talking
Right,
about.
but no, you can't
I'm
do
just
that.
going pound for pound.
I know I work with some people here that
Yeah.
don't necessarily enjoy the big booty. You're not going to find a hot dwarf that doesn't have the big booty.
I didn't give it that much thought.
They all
but-
don't get find a hot dwarf that doesn't have the big old booty. It's part of the deal.
All
The
right.
shorter arms, larger butts. It's part of the deal. Okay.
Okay.
Therefore, if you don't like the booty, then
Yeah.
no. Now, me personally,
Yeah.
who likes the booty,
You love the booty.
I can have that argument with you anytime you want.
I'm not a big booty guy.
I know.
I'm out.
So that's why for you, you go to an Eva Longoria.
Yeah.
Who, if I had to guess, I don't have it in front of me.
5'1".
Yeah. Now, could she be pound for pound better? Absolutely.
Okay.
You could absolutely like Eva Longoria more than
Gabby Reese. I don't
Sure.
made somebody up.
Or Tom Brady's ex-wife.
Yeah, Bridget Moynihan. Yeah.
No, the wife. The other one.
Giselle
Yeah.
Bundchen.
Like I
Yeah.
like Eva Longoria more than Giselle.
Coming up, LeBron James proved to the world that basketball is only about him. And we've got your division matchups coming up as well.
Who are we looking at? We're looking at SGA because of his availability and consistency. It's Jalen Brunson due his usage and his leadership. It's Jaylen Brown for how they're playing. It's Cade Cunningham because Detroit's in the top of the East. The MVP talk is going to be wild, and it'll be interesting to watch. MVPs just don't dominate. They survive the season.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
The Steelers get their touchdown, and they miss the extra point. It was Lamar Jackson who made the plays to get the Ravens into what should have been easy field goal territory. So explain to me how in the world we can look at last night's game as, well, there you go, can't trust Lamar Jackson.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Maybe the fact was that the kicker just blew a 44-yard field goal. Now, by the way, I feel horrible for this kid, Tyler Loop, who made every single field goal this season 44 yards or less. But the extra point that was missed just before that by Chris Boswell was the only extra point that he missed all season long. So did they bless that same holy water when Boswell missed the extra point? Come on, guys. Let's get it.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
All right, Welcome back to the Carton Show. If for the life of me, I've watched sports for a long time. I've never once seen the NBA get on bended knee and acquiesce to an individual player in the history of the NBA in the manner that they are now doing with LeBron James. We first told you yesterday that LeBron's got a special patch now, commemorative patch, that's going to be on his jersey for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was just last night's game
That's what I
against the
thought.
Sacramento Kings, because that's the team he played against in his first game.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's the rest of the season.
Oh.
Which again proves LeBron James is only about LeBron James. Now, the only pass I give LeBron on this one is that Adam Silver could have said no. And Adam Silver didn't say no because they're going to monetize it. Obviously, they have a partnership with Topps and Fanatics, of course, and they're going to take this patch, cut it up, put in some playing cards and Topps, and it's going to become a collector's item. But this shows you, once again, and maybe for the final time, that LeBron James is only about LeBron James. For him to want and to wear a patch, nobody else wants to wear it. Nobody else is going to wear it. And the NBA historically has not a single time, outside of death, had a patch on a single guy's uniform honoring just that guy. Like if you want to honor, in baseball, Jackie Robinson, everybody does it. And he's dead, obviously. No sport in the history of our country has ever allowed a single player while still playing to wear a patch that honors him and nobody else. Like, it's comical at this point how narcissistic, it's hard to say fast, how narcissistic LeBron James is to wear his own patch for the rest of the season, and the NBA allows him to do it. It's criminal, it's comical, and it's typical for LBJ.
Well, hold on.
LeBron fan, go ahead.
No. Are we sure? I'm just trying to see if there's any facts to find. That it was his idea?
His idea.
What do you know?
His idea.
Just because you say it doesn't make it a fact.
I know the guy he went to get the patch done. It's his idea.
Yeah, it was his idea.
He also had to approve the patch.
Whoa. Him having to approve the patch and him being his idea, very different things.
No, they both happened. His idea, and he had final approval of the patch.
He had final approval. So why didn't he start the season with the patch?
It's a great question.
If it was such his idea.
I tell you why. Because he's played so poorly this year. That's not up for debate. And the game has passed him by that he was trying to resuscitate his fandom and his popularity. Remember, he's not going to be an all-pro player this year, all-NBA player, because he's not going to play enough games, and he's not very good.
He's 22-5 and a half and 7
He's not going to be an all-star this year.
At 41.
Nobody wants to see him in the all-star game.
He's going to be an all-star.
And LeBron James is done. He's whooped. It's over. It's a wrap. We all know that. So he's trying to hang on to celebrity, and he's trying to hang on to being a focal point of people's NBA talk. Meanwhile, they got waxed last night by the Sacramento Kings. I mean, waxed. Malik Monk, who you haven't heard of in a year and a half.
Malik Monk.
Waxed the LA Lakers last night because they're a bad team. They're a poorly coached team, and their superstar doesn't play any defense. So I decided to put some thought to this, Tyrone.
Okay.
And I thought of some better ideas for commemorative patches for LeBron James to wear. Ones that are more accurate and reflective of the career he's had. So my first idea was ring chaser.
Okay.
Yeah, ring chaser. Because
good,
that's
Pat.
all he is. He's a ring chaser.
Ring chaser.
And then I thought, well, maybe that's not fair. Like, I'm not going to kill a guy for wanting to win championships. That's not fair.
Yeah.
So the next one I came up with was bad teammate. Bad teammate. Yeah, throws everybody under the bus, doesn't play defense, and wants the ball for the last shot all the time. And he's the worst in the history of the Lakers organization with the game on the line, the game tying or winning shot. 0 for 23 now. Never made one. Then I was like, well, that's not fair. That's not fair. How about this one?
Come on.
Choke artist.
Choke
I
artist.
thought that would be a solid patch for LeBron James. Lost more finals than any player not named Will Chamberlain.
Okay, yeah. Will Chamberlain.
Yeah, not named Will Chamberlain, all right? Well, Bill Russell owned him. What do we do?
Yeah.
And then I thought, that's not fair either.
Okay.
He does have 2 legitimate championships. Nobody counts the bubble, and I don't count the first one in Miami because it's Dwayne Wade's team anyway. All right, that's just
ridiculous.
me. Oh, did you see his block? Oh, he had a block. That's his job. All right. So I came up with, I think, the best commemorative patch.
Yeah, what's the best
one
one?
that he should wear. Mm-hmm. It's got a picture of LeBron It's got the crown on his head.
Yeah.
Because he's the best at this.
Okay.
Stat compiler.
Stat
That's
compiler.
what I do. Yeah. LeBron James is the NBA's greatest stat compiler.
You feel good about yourself?
Of all time.
You feel good about yourself, Jordan?
Yeah, I was going to say King Flopper.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to make another patch.
Now, there is one more patch that you may not know about that they also have gotten done.
A friend of Diddy's?
No. Here it is. No, I have it for you.
Yeah, what is
it? It's GOAT.
It's what?
It's the GOAT patch.
Oh,
there it is. The GOAT patch for GOAT James.
It.
GOAT patch also as well. If you want to dump on him with those phony things, you can. Because you got to remember, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player to ever live.
He can't dribble, can't shoot, doesn't play defense. Yeah, GOAT.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
They have one more win than Chicago, and they literally beat Chicago in Week 17, and yet the Niners are on the road and the Bears are at home. Why? Because of an outdated rule that says, well, winning your division is the holy grail. Rewarding an 8-win division winner with a home playoff game is like giving the corner office to the guy who won the office fantasy pool instead of the guy who actually closed the accounts all year.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Maybe the fact was that the kicker just blew a 44-yard field goal. Now, by the way, I feel horrible for this kid, Tyler Loop, who made every single field goal this season 44 yards or less. But the extra point that was missed just before that by Chris Boswell was the only extra point that he missed all season long. So did they bless that same holy water when Boswell missed the extra point? Come on, guys. Let's get it.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
It's going to open up Pandora's box. But I will say this. I do believe players that sign now, like Najee, should not be eligible now, but should have to sit out and come back in next year. It's just a slippery slope. And I agree with people like Tom Izzo. I don't like it at all.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Hi, welcome back to the Craig Carton Show. Tyron Johnson here as well. Did you happen to see the kerfuffle, I think is the word, with the Atlanta Falcons yesterday in their pursuit of Johnny Harbaugh? Did you see this?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about this.
So Harbaugh, as you guys all know by now, is going to start off with like 8 or 9 teams, talk to them. Mm-hmm. He's going to whittle it down to 3 or 4, and then have in-person meetings with 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. All right, so a couple of things we learned about John Harbaugh is that a week ago, very quietly, Chris Mara, who has been with the Giants for 20 years in their pro personnel department, and obviously is a Mara, so he's a part owner of the New York Giants. He went down to Johnny Harbaugh's house and privately met with him, talked a little football, and just to get a sense of what John was thinking and give him a little walkover about what the Giants are all about, et cetera, et cetera. Very smart move.
Yes.
And that was prior to the Giants, doing all the due diligence on interviews, satisfying the Rooney Rule. They got ahead of it. I give them a lot of credit for that. That is a smart move on behalf of the New York Giants, right? But a lot of teams have now had phone calls with John Harbaugh, not in-person meetings. I guess his first in-person meeting is tomorrow with the New York Giants into Thursday, and then wherever else he's going to go, right?
If he goes anywhere else. Maybe the Giants, seal
right.
the deal.
And they've satisfied the Rooney Rule now, so if they want to sign him, he can sign him, no problem, right? So the Atlanta Falcons did something that was kind of cheesy. The Atlanta Falcons social media team put out a blurb immediately. We have just finished our interview with John Harbaugh.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, there, you see, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's odd. It felt odd to me. The timing and everything felt odd.
Now, Atlanta seems to be a destination, maybe after the Giant job, and certainly after the Baltimore job, which is thought of as not a bad job. Yeah. I don't know why that is. They don't have a good quarterback, but that's another story for another day. But people react to that like, oh my God. John Harbaugh met with the Atlanta Falcons and did an official interview with them, and they're now bragging about it, right?
Yeah, and if you saw that without any other information, you would think that.
By the way, I did think that.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I was confused by it, but I was like, well, good for them. Whatever connect they have to Johnny's agent, they got on the phone, they flew him down to Atlanta, and blah, 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 right? It turns out all they did was have a phone call with him. Nothing more, nothing less. And I think every team, other than Baltimore, of course, that has an opening has at least had a phone call with John Harbaugh. We know the Tennessee Titans have had a phone call. We know the Giants have not only had a phone call, but Chris Maurer went down there, and they're seeing him in person tomorrow and Thursday, right? We know the Arizona Cardinals had a phone call with John. How do we know that? Because when the Cardinals put out their tweet saying that we've spoken to John Harbaugh, they made a point of saying on the telephone.
That's good to manage.
That's what they did.
Right, and you manage the expectation of your fan base. Because now if the Falcons don't get Harbaugh, the fans are now going to have a backlash against them because of how big they spoke.
Yeah, but they didn't lie about it. They were like, we just finished our due diligence and had an in-depth interview with John Harbaugh for the head coaching job. They said, we spoke to John Harbaugh on the phone.
Yeah, I was smart by them.
Atlanta came out and said, we have finished our interview with John Harbaugh for the head coaching position of the Atlanta Falcons. And what's funny about that is that it's only a year ago, and to show you how some teams are just completely mismanaged and misrun, where the Atlanta Falcons decided on Raheem Morris, right? Over Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So we have Bill Belichick went to Atlanta and thought the Falcons were going to offer him the job. They didn't. They stayed with Raheem Morris, right?
Right.
So the Falcons aren't a team you can trust. And let's be honest, if you're John Harbaugh, wherever you might go, the one thing that team's got to have is either the first overall pick, and you have to be in love with Mendoza.
Right.
And if you are, I get it. Totally respect that. Or you have to have a young quarterback that you think is going to be a star in the league.
Right.
The Giants have that. The Titans, to be fair, have that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Cam Ward guy.
Yeah, me too.
The Falcons don't have that.
No, they don't have that.
The Cardinals don't have that.
No.
The Dolphins don't have that. There are two teams that we can both sit today and agree at least have some flexibility with the cap and a young quarterback that looks like he might be the real deal. And that's Tennessee, and that's New York. Nobody else of the teams that we know are now looking for a coach. Baltimore's out because, of course, he left Baltimore. But a quick thought on John Harbaugh. The NFL has been over backwards showing how much they love John Harbaugh. Oh, he's a difference maker. Oh, he's going to turn your franchise around. He's a no-nonsense guy. Blah, 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 blah. And I want to play devil's advocate in that just for 1 second. John Harbaugh, while you give him all the credit for winning a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco, he did that. He gets credit for that, okay? He has a better playoff record with non-Lamar Jackson quarterbacks than Lamar Jackson, which is another story maybe for another day. But he has had the services of a guy that I think is a top 5 quarterback in football who won 2 MVPs and I thought got robbed of his third when they wanted to give one to Josh Allen, much like when Embiid won his MVP and they didn't want to give Jokic another one. I think it's the same exact comparison.
Embiid deserved his, but go ahead.
No, same comparison for me at least.
But go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is everyone so enthralled with a guy that didn't make it to a Super Bowl and only one AFC championship game at home that they lost with John Harbaugh? And I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
But people are talking about John Harbaugh like he's the second coming of Vince Lombardi, like he's Bill Belichick in his prime, like he's Bill Parcells in his prime, like he's Jimmy Johnson in his prime, like he's Bill Walsh in his prime. He's not. He never was. I've made the argument for a couple of years now, and I've been laughed at every time I said it until a few weeks ago when he got fired, that John Harbaugh is the problem in Baltimore, not the solution.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And he hasn't done a good enough job lately. But when you look around the NFL, a lot of franchises need just some competence And that's
He's that.
actually
I'll give you that.
super hard to find. The issue with the Giants and the Jets in large part for years are just the baseline of competence has not been there.
I agree.
And a lot of good things happen if the guy in charge is just competent. Because at the end of the day, the players play the game.
Yeah.
The players play, and we know that. I know that's an obvious thing, but sometimes people act like basically the coach coaches the losses and the players get the wins. No. The coach is there for both. Having a competent, experienced guy who's not too old in his case, like Belichick.
62 is not a problem.
Yeah,
Right.
it goes a long way. And I think coaching is so bad on so many franchises in the NFL that a guy who you can guarantee to just be competent becomes very, very
Well,
attractive.
look, he's competent. I'll give you that. But I'd make the argument that John Harbaugh did less with more.
Okay.
Because, and again, it really comes down to we're having a Lamar Jackson conversation.
Yes.
I think Lamar Jackson is a top 5 quarterback. I'm not alone with that,
Right.
but it's not universal either.
Well, he wasn't
I get
this
that.
year.
This year he got hurt.
He was
The
not,
hamstring
yeah,
was
he
banged
was
up.
not this year.
But I would take
Turned the
Lamar
ball over.
Jackson to be my quarterback any day of the week and twice on Sunday. And I don't buy the notion that Lamar Jackson was asleep in meetings because only one guy said it and no one backed him up on it with inside the walls of that locker room. Lamar Jackson's a competitor. He might be a different kind of cat that he's not out clubbing. He's not out, banging hoes. He's playing video games till 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, great. I'd rather my quarterback do that than a lot of the other stuff the guys are doing. But, man, you have Lamar freaking Jackson, and you went to one AFC championship game at home, and you lost it, right? You didn't dominate. You didn't win the division every single year, and you have Lamar freaking Jackson as your quarterback. So to me, competent 100%. And there are teams that need competency, like the Giants. I think the Jets are one of those teams.
Yeah.
The Titans, for sure, are one of those teams.
Arizona's one of those teams.
Arizona's one of those teams.
Yeah.
Atlanta's one of those teams. But you're going to get competence, yes. Are you going to get a guy that's going to take you to the promised land? I would say no. Because the greatest thing that the Baltimore Ravens had nothing at all to do with John Harbaugh's coaching. It was Ray Lewis. It was T. Suggs. It was, on and on and on.
Yeah.
Some of the great defensive players that have ever played the sport. And for some reason, we have sainted John Harbaugh as a $20 million a year coach, and he doesn't have the pedigree to back it up. So is he competent? Yes. Will he make the Giants or Titans better? Yes. Is he going to get you to a Super Bowl? No. But maybe you want that. Maybe you just need a little change for the better. I don't know.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for giggles, at Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and you may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this hit maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
Hi, welcome back to the Craig Carton Show. Tyron Johnson here as well. Got some random news and notes for you from around sports, if I may, if you don't mind to hear a little bit. The Baltimore Orioles, who have absolutely no connection whatsoever to the late Tupac, are having a Tupac bobblehead night on May 8th. There you go. There it is right there.
My brother's birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Apparently, Tupac once visited Baltimore. So they're honoring that visit.
No.
Yeah.
Tupac went to school in
Yeah.
Baltimore. That's what it was with Jada Pinkett.
Okay.
That's why he went to school in
I think he
Baltimore.
just strolled through once. They're like, oh, look, Tupac's performing in Baltimore. We have to honor that from 30 years ago.
But he definitely
It's
is
also a way to sell tickets to a game because nobody goes to Oriole games anymore.
Yeah,
By the way, these bobbleheads are crazy. These people wait in line for these bobbleheads. So if you told the people in Baltimore who might have no reason to go to a game on May 8th, hey, first 15,000 people get the Tupac bobblehead, I might go.
Yeah, I would definitely
just to get
go.
me the bobblehead.
He did live in Baltimore.
Is that right?
Yeah, his
you looked it up?
His mother was dealing with.
So they're honoring him living in Baltimore? Is that what
Yeah.
they're doing right there?
Yeah.
Is that what we do now?
Literally, that's
Yeah.
that's the only connection.
How long ago did Tupac live in Baltimore? How long ago did Tupac live?
I mean, Tupac's been
He's
going
been dead
now.
20 years now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he died at
Unless you think
96.
he's that Rastafarian
No, 30
guy.
years. No, 30 years this September.
No, 30?
96.
No.
96.
Come on.
30 years this September.
Tupac's dead for 30 years.
Almost 30 years.
For real?
For real. He was only 25 years
Seems
old.
like just yesterday.
I know.
Right? Huh. Well, that seems
No, I'm not joking. I didn't realize, but you asked.
Seems a little odd for them to be having a Tupac bobblehead with no real connection to Tupac.
30th anniversary of his death.
Well, I'm saying,
I don't know.
I guess you could go there.
Yeah.
If it was like an anniversary of an album or something, or a song about Baltimore, I guess that makes some more sense to me. But yeah, Tupac. So if you want to get shot, go to an Oriole game and get a Tupac bobblehead. That's
you know what though? What day of the week is May 8th?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna look.
Probably. I'm gonna guess. Hold on. I'm gonna take a wild guess that May 8th is a Tuesday and that the Baltimore Orioles are playing Tampa.
Well, I don't know who they're playing.
Cincinnati.
But no, it's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely not going there.
Yeah,
Baltimore's dangerous enough as it is on a Friday night. Yeah, I can't be walking around Baltimore on a Friday,
if it was
non-summertime looking for crabs.
If it was a Saturday 4 p.m. game,
Yeah.
I was going to go.
No, you weren't.
Saturday 4
It's
o'clock.
not safe for you either.
It'd be safe enough.
You got to go when the crabs are in season. Yeah, that's when it's safe for all of us. Crime takes a break when those blue call, whatever they call crabs, are in
they're
season.
playing the A's.
No crime.
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing the A's. Nobody wants to see the A's.
Nobody wants to
see that? It's a way to get people into the building.
They're on a Friday, yeah.
I consider this show one of the smartest shows that exists.
Yeah.
You're well educated. I went to Syracuse. Say what you will.
It's great school for broadcasting.
But so they say. It's over. Honestly, it's overrated. At least when I went, they don't do anything to prepare you for broadcasting.
No.
Nothing. Yeah, you can go get a job if you want, but they don't teach broadcasting.
You get the job
Very
because
strange.
it's a Syracuse name,
Yeah,
but they
that
don't
never
actually
happened.
prepare you for the job.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you say that. Nobody ever hired me because I went to Syracuse.
Really?
Yeah, they hired me because I'm the greatest sports talk radio host of all time. They just didn't know it when they hired me.
Okay. All right.
In any event, Le'Veon Bell's an interesting dude, right?
Okay.
Obviously retired, kind of semi-retired, held out for a year, never came back to be the player he once was. Tried boxing for a little while.
He's done okay with that.
He's all over the place, right? But Le'Veon Bell put out a tweet yesterday that I thought we could have a little fun with because I only know half the answer.
Okay.
All right, and I want to be very honest about this. I do know half the answer.
Okay.
I could guess at the other half. I only know half.
Okay.
So Le'Veon Bell came out on Twitter yesterday and said, basically mock me if you want, laughing emojis. Do you know what AM and PM stand for? Now don't cheat. Don't cheat. I see that trigger finger of yours. I see that trigger finger of yours.
I knew at one point
now,
what it was.
I know what PM stands for. So I think I could guess at what AM stands for, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you had to guess AM and PM, because
No, I
morning
used
and
to
night,
know it.
what does it stand for?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I love Le'Veon Bell making fun of himself.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what, we use it all the time. I'll meet you at 9 a.m., meet you at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
But nobody has any idea what AM and PM stand
Well, I
for.
did in school.
Okay.
I
You're
haven't
in
needed
school
to
anymore.
know
Yeah.
in a long time.
Okay.
Well, what is it? What's the
You
answer?
want to take a guess?
No.
You have to take a guess.
No.
No?
No.
Do you want to go for a lifeline downstairs?
I do want to go for a lifeline.
Which they by now they've already cheated, so it's going to make it a
He
moot
claims
point.
he did. He claimed he didn't.
He claimed he didn't.
All right. What's it stand for?
You can ask who you asking first.
I'm asking Ethan.
And do you want him to tell
'Cause the
you
other guys
AM
may have
or
che-
PM?
Tell me what PM is.
Go ahead, Ethan.
Post meridian.
Post meridian. That is correct. That's the
Okay.
one I knew also.
Yeah. That
So-
meridian. So it has to be something meridian for A.
So I'm assuming, and I did not cheat like you guys. I'm assuming if the PM is post meridian, then the AM would be ante meridian, as in before, the
Okay.
Latin for before. So can you check me out? Can we fact check that?
It's
Go ahead.
ante.
Yeah, ante. Yeah, that's what I
Ante.
said.
That's
Yeah,
what you
because that's
said?
Latin for before.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we got it right.
Yeah. That,
Between all of us, we got it right. And
Yeah.
collectively, we're smarter than Le'Veon Bell, which
Well,
to
there
me
you
would be
go.
the name of a.
I mean, he did get hit in the head as a job.
He did.
But
and he started
okay.
boxing afterwards.
Yeah.
But I think I've got the idea for a brand new TV show or podcast.
All right.
Are you smarter than Le'Veon Bell?
Oh, so you have Le'Veon Bell. You ask him the question.
Yeah. So
And
it's
then-
like random people. But my first episode would be Le'Veon Bell against like a nuclear scientist.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
want to destroy him?
Well, a little bit.
Well, I was thinking maybe he
You
goes
can also do,
against.
but here's the thing: that nuclear scientist may not know anything about pop culture.
Right.
For example, like if
Right.
you say to that nuclear
About Tupac.
scientist, "What does cat mean?" He's not gonna know.
No, he's not gonna
but
know
Le'Veon
cat.
Bell's gonna know.
He's gonna know that.
And then if you say to Le'Veon Bell, "What's the Pythagorean theorem?"
He's not gonna
He
know
ain't
that.
gonna know.
No.
But the nuclear dude knows A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Right.
I think it's a genius show. Or you make it more global. Are you smarter? Smarter. That's great. Are you smarter than a dumb athlete?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
Right?
about maybe having Adrian Peterson only because Le'Veon Bell knocked him out in the boxing ring.
Yes, he did.
Now, what if Adrian Peter comes back and says, "Well, I'm smarter than you at least."
Yeah.
Or he beats him again.
Yeah.
And then Adrian
I'm going to
Peterson's
do a
out of
pilot
it.
on this. Are you smarter than a dumb jock? And then the spin-off will be, are you smarter than a celebrity?
Oh.
That's a home run.
You're the host.
Nice.
OK Dubs has to go back to his roots. I'm not a Jets fan, I'm not a Giants fan, and neither one of those teams even play in New York. But I'm a New Yorker through and through, despite where my mail gets sent. And I will not stand for the Jets to be dragged through the mud in this way. Not gonna happen. So Dante Moore, if you do leave, you should be so lucky to fly the plane.
Game time decisions only on SportsGrid.
Who are we looking at? We're looking at SGA because it's available consistency. It's Jalen Brown to do his usage and his leadership. It's Jalen Brown for how they're playing. It's Cade Cunningham because Detroit's in the top of the East. The MVP talk is going to be wild, and it'll be interesting to watch. MVPs just don't dominate. They survive the season.
Pro basketball today only on SportsGrid.
Maybe the fact was that the kicker just blew a 44-yard field goal. Now, by the way, I feel horrible for this kid, Tyler Loop, who made every single field goal this season 44 yards or less. But the extra point that was missed just before that by Chris Boswell was the only extra point that he missed all season long. So did they bless that same holy water when Boswell missed the extra point? Come on, guys. Let's get it.
Newswire only on SportsGrid.
The Steelers get their touchdown, and they miss the extra point. It was Lamar Jackson who made the plays to get the Ravens into what should have been easy field goal territory. So explain to me how in the world we can look at last night's game as, well, there you go. Can't trust Lamar Jackson.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back to the Craig Carton Show. Our buddy Jordan Schultz reported this morning that Brian Dable is on his way to Tennessee to interview for the Titans head coaching job, which would put a little wrinkle in my plan to have him come with Mike McDaniel to the New York Giants if they don't get Harbaugh, and ruins Tom Brady's plan of having him go with Brian Flores to the Raiders to coach the Raiders. So interesting right now that Brian Dable's thought highly enough to be a head coach of a team with a young quarterback, and that's what he's known for.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. The Raiders have been very quiet through this process so far.
That's because Tom Brady's busy filming Pizza Hut commercials.
There you go.
I said on the radio yesterday, I'll say it again here. I'm not buying any Pizza Hut until I see Tom Brady take a bite of a piece of pizza.
Oh, there you go.
Tom Brady don't eat pizza.
He doesn't eat pizza.
Right? And I know he's a whore for money. I respect that.
Right.
That hustle, I totally get. I'm not even knocking it. If there's a nickel in the room, you better jump because Tom Brady's going to get it.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady famously eats raw crap.
Yeah.
And now he's doing a Pizza Hut commercial. By the way, great commercial. Pizza Hut? Great commercial, right?
Yeah.
I need to see Tom Brady eat a slice of pizza before I ever go to Pizza Hut ever again.
That's a good point. We spoke on the podcast to fitness guru Jillian Michaels.
Yes, we did.
She does eat pizza.
Yeah, she's honest.
Yeah, but Tom Brady
She's
don't
like,
pizza.
90% of my life, I'm smart, I eat healthy, farm to table, no crap, but every once in a while, I wolfed out a piece of pizza.
She said that. She doesn't drink soda, but she does eat pizza.
Yeah, because that's called honesty. So, Pizza Hut, I love you. I do. Even though as a New Yorker, I would never touch your product. That being said, I ain't buying no Pizza Hut until Tom Brady eats a slice. I'm allowed to say that,
fair.
too.
That's fair.
Totally fair, no?
Completely fair.
Let me take a quick look-see now. As we get back to sports for a second. A reminder that the podcast uploads every day. You can download it.
Subscribe.
We kindly ask that you subscribe. And even if you hate it, write that too. Like, comment on the podcast. YouTube, make sure you download YouTube, subscribe to YouTube. We have like 60,000 subscribers already. That's great. We want more. Want to get to 100,000 this year. Download it, see all the shorts and the videos getting bigger and bigger on YouTube all the time. And obviously, already appreciate all the love on SportsGrid, where we're live every day, 11 to 12. And on all the social media platforms, we're boning in on 200 million views.
Oh, that's tremendous.
And it's only been 4 months. So can't thank you enough for that. Here's your matchups real quick. Take a quick look-see. Got all week to talk about it. Saturday afternoon on CBS, you got the Bills at the Broncos. Broncos favored by 1.5. Again, this here to me has to be the Josh Allen saga. This has to be the Josh Allen legacy year because of all the quarterbacks that aren't in it. I know he doesn't go against Bo Nix. He goes against their defense. But Josh Allen showed you against the Jaguars. All right, I'm your guy. I can take it over. I can win a football game. So that's the Saturday game. The Saturday night game, 8 o'clock on Fox. This is interesting to me. The Niners beat the Seahawks in week 1. Seahawks were paid the favor in week 17. 18. Or 18 it was, pardon me.
Smoked them.
Game 17, my bad.
Smoked them.
And smoked them. No George Kittle, he tore the Achilles, right? Warner's not coming back. Seahawks favored by more than a touchdown, 7.5 right now.
Yeah, that's telling me something. Seahawks, I know there was a certain producer downstairs when I said the Seahawks. I said the Seahawks could go to the Super Bowl. And he insulted me for about 4 straight days. No apologies since
He's
then.
also watching,
no apology.
Desperate Housewives instead of football.
That's what I'm saying. No apology for when I said that.
Let's go to Sunday. Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock, ABC, ESPN. You got the Red Hot Texans at the Patriots. Give the Patriots a lot of credit for their first-round win. The wild card round, they did something a lot of us thought they couldn't do, and that's beat a team with a winning record. But the Chargers were terrible. Their offensive line was terrible. And the Patriots have not seen this type of defense. Patriots are favored by 3. I'm bullish on the Texans. That's your early game on Sunday. And 6:30 Sunday, which is great for us. Get to watch the entire game.
It's perfect.
I get to drink half a bottle of Grand Marnier, pop a couple edibles, and go to bed at a reasonable hour.
6:30 is perfect. Perfect.
I'm with you on that. By the way, I hope Major League Baseball goes back to 6:30 starts also. I might watch some baseball this year.
The Phillies have announced that they are. this upcoming
Is that
season.
right?
They are. Yes.
Boy, that's great for me.
Yeah.
6:30, 8:45. Watch the game. Go to bed. You're good.
Perfect.
Maybe even give the wife one because I got an extra 20 minutes.
That's right.
Hi, honey. 6:30 on NBC, which is great because that means Saturday and Sunday, no Kirk Herbstreit. That's awesome.
No dog.
No golden retriever.
Right. No dogs at all.
That's great
Wow.
for us. Yeah.
You just watch football.
All pumped up about that. I heard Kirk Herbstreit was jealous that Shohei Ohtani's dog took a dump in center field the other day. He wants Petey to take a dump in center
Did
field.
he clean it up? He should have to clean up. not
Shohei
the
cleaned
staff.
it up.
Shohei cleaned it
He
up?
did clean it up.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I give him credit for that.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a tour of people looking for season tickets.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, Shohei Ohtani, no joke. And he was walking his dog in the outfield at Dodger Stadium, and the dog dropped the deuce. Shohei cleaned it up himself.
Good
so
work
he gets
by him.
credit for that.
Yeah, good work by
Because I
him.
would have called someone. 6:30 NBC, Rams and Bears.
Yeah.
Rams favored by more than a field goal. All Rams in that game.
100%.
Yeah. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll flip it and do it again tomorrow morning at 11 on Sports Grid. Peace.